Greetings and welcome to Fright Night Flicks, where every night is Fright Night. Back in July when I first launched Fright Night Flicks, I shared my top 5 favourite horror films of 2023. But today, I'm turning back the clocks to spotlight an incredible year of horror, 2022. 2022 delivered a treasure trove of chilling, thrilling and unforgettable horror films. I've seen a lot from that year, which means I have even more films to talk about this time. So instead of a top 5, I'll be diving into my top 10 favourites. Let's not waste another moment. Here's my rank list of my top 10 horror films of 2022.
Then let's get started.
Kicking off this list is Luca Guadagnino's haunting romantic horror, Bones and All. The film follows two cannibals who fall in love and set out on a road trip together, blending a chilling premise with a tender love story. What truly stands out for me is the acting. Timothée Chalamet delivers an impressive debut horror performance, Taylor Russell shines in a breakout lead role, and Mark Rylance steals the show with his eerie and unforgettable sporting turn. Guadagnino's direction is masterful, whilst the atmospheric score by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, paired with stunning production values, gives the film a unique visual and emotional identity. That said, the story feels slow at times, but it's still a solid directorial effort. Guadagnino's ensures Bones and All stands apart from other films in the genre with its distinctive style and emotional depth. Coming in at 9th place is the original version of Speak No Evil from Denmark. What starts as a light-hearted family drama takes a sinister turn as it unfolds, demonstrating exceptional storytelling that keeps the viewers on edge. The acting is fantastic with believable chemistry between the cast that makes the characters feel relatable and grounded. The film's dark and haunting ending lingers long after the credits roll, showcasing sharp writing and confident directing that earns it a well-deserved spot on the list. Whilst I believe the 2024 remake is a superior version, the original Speak No Evil remains a strong and memorable entry in 2022's horror lineup. In 8th place is Bodies, 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 the quintessential Gen Z horror comedy that delivers a fun cast and an even more entertaining premise. Whilst I'm not usually a fan of Pete Davidson, this is one of his better appearances. What I love about this film is its clever murder mystery setup, capped off with a twist ending that's both hilarious and thought-provoking. Maria Bakalova, Rachel Sennett and Lee Pace all deliver standout performances, and the film's slick visual style complements its story perfectly. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies shines by not taking itself too seriously, striking the perfect balance of horror and humour. It's a fresh, self-aware entry in a genre that pulls itself off thanks to its unique tone and flair. Florence Pugh steals the show in my 7th place pick, Don't Worry Darling, Olivia Wilde's second directorial effort. While the film received mixed reviews upon its release, I found it to be an engaging story with some truly fantastic production elements. Pugh's powerhouse performance anchors the film, whilst the stunning cinematography and immersive production design draw you into the story's mid-century setting. Experiencing the film through the protagonist's perspective makes for a captivating journey, especially as the story takes an intriguing turn in its final act, leaving you with plenty to ponder. That said, I do wish they cast a stronger actor as a co-lead, as Harry Styles doesn't quite match Florence Pugh's level, but despite that, Don't Worry Darling remains a visually striking and thought-provoking entry in 2022's horror lineup. Just missing the top 5 in 6th place is the film that inspired me to create this channel, X, the first entry in T. West's X trilogy. This film feels like a perfect fusion of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Boogie Nights, delivering a fun, gritty story with stunning direction from T. West. The cast shine with Mia Goth delivering 2 phenomenal performances that cement her as a modern horror icon. X received well-deserved praise upon its release, serving as a launchpad for a trilogy that has firmly rooted itself into contemporary horror culture. This film revitalised the slasher genre in a way that feels fresh and impactful, and for that, it holds a special place in my heart and in horror history. Kicking off the top 5 is The Black Phone, Scott Derrickson's triumphant return to the horror genre. Whilst the film takes its time building tension, its storytelling is masterful with a screenplay that keeps you fully engaged from start to finish. Ethan Hawke delivers one of the most iconic performances of his career, creating a chilling yet memorable villain. The 2 child actors also shine, bringing emotional depth and authenticity to their roles. Unfortunately, Scott Derrickson had to step away from directing the Doctor Strange sequel, but in doing so, he gave us something even better. A deeply original and haunting film that solidifies his place as a modern horror maestro. In 4th place is the 5th instalment in the Scream franchise, also titled Scream. This film feels like a loving tribute to Wes Craven, and I'm confident he would have appreciated this film for how it honours his legacy. This is my second favourite entry in the series, thanks to its clever writing that uses the franchise's trademark meta-humour to deliver sharp commentary on legacy sequels. The cast is fantastic, seamlessly blending a new generation of characters with the original survivors we come to love. Radio Silence truly knocked out of the park, giving us a Scream sequel that feels like a return to form. As the best sequel in my favourite horror franchise, this instalment reaffirms why the Scream series continues to thrive. And before I reveal my top 3 picks, I just want to remind you all to like this video if you enjoy what you're seeing, and remember to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single scare. Also, let me know your favourite horror films from 2022 in the comments down below, and make sure you give us a follow on Facebook for more updates. Right, back to the list. My bronze pick for this list is Wendell and Wild, the first film from Henry Selick since 2009's Coraline. This time, Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele voice the titular demons Wendell and Wild, who enlist the help of a 13-year-old girl, Kat Elliott, to bring them to the land of the living. Wendell and Wild stands out as one of my personal favourite films of Selick, thanks to its unique animation style, memorable characters, stellar voice performances, and a storyline that's both engaging and heartfelt. The film dives into powerful themes of death, grief, and the afterlife, exploring them in a way that resonates with younger audiences while still offering depth. Though there is a bit of a drag in the middle, Wendell and Wild remains a fun and spooky animated film that's perfect for the whole family. It's a shame it didn't receive more love during award seasons, as it truly deserves recognition. My runner-up goes to Barbarian, which was originally my number 1 pick when I first watched it. From my first viewing, I loved everything about this film. The gripping storyline with its brilliant structure, the striking visuals, and the fantastic performances from Georgina Campbell, Bill Skarsgård, and Justin Long. The way the tension and mystery builds throughout it makes Barbarian one of the best horror films ever made. However, after re-watching the film this year, I didn't quite feel the same level of excitement that I did during my first viewing. Despite that, I consider it a horror masterpiece, particularly in terms of its filmmaking and storytelling. I highly recommend it to any fans of the genre. It's a standout film that shouldn't be missed. Before I get to my number 1, I just wanted to share with you all some honourable mentions. Nope. Jordan Peele's third film remains an intriguing sci-fi horror experience, even with its flaws. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the MCU's first true horror film, shines thanks to Sam Raimi's direction, despite the film not fully exploring the potential of the multiverse. Fresh, Sebastian Stan and Daisy Edgar-Jones give stellar performances in this darkly comedic horror film, which stands out because of its bizarre and unique premise. Prey. This Predator prequel is the best entry in the series since the original, bringing fresh energy and suspense. Terrifier 2. Whilst I preferred the first film, Terrifier 2 was still a fun, over-the-top gore fest that expands on the world building and story in satisfying ways. 2022 was a fantastic year for horror, with lots of great films coming out in this genre. So any of these choices would have been a
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Number 1, and my favourite horror film of 2022 goes to The Menu. A film that I personally think is perfect in every way. The screenplay is fantastic, telling a simple yet effective story that blends genres seamlessly. The performances from the ensemble cast are brilliant, with Ralph Fiennes and Andy Taylor-Joy delivering top-tier work. The production values are spectacular, with cinematography and editing working hand in hand to enhance the storytelling. Mark Mylod has truly outdone himself as a director, presenting a film that you wouldn't expect from someone like him, especially considering he also directed Ali G in The House. The Menu might not be for everyone, but for me it's a flawless masterpiece that I love rewatching, thanks to how masterfully it's crafted. The more I watch it, the more I've appreciated it, and that's why it claims the top spot as my favourite horror film of 2022. Thank you all for watching today's video. Make sure you come back next time, but in the meantime please check out some of my past reviews. Until next time, stay spooky!